Loki introduced us to Jonathan Majors' He Who Remains, who of course is a variant of the character Kang the Conqueror from Marvel Comics. Now we know we're going to be seeing this character again, like the actual real Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where he's actually going to be the main villain of that film. So that's something I'm really excited to see, Ant-Man and the Wasp versus Kang. Now, other than that, we don't know much about Kang's future in the MCU, but given how big this character is in the comics, you have to be thinking that he's going to have a pretty large role in the MCU. And now we have some new details that could possibly tease us with this future of Kang the Conqueror and Jonathan Majors' character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because we have reports from Daniel RPK saying that Jonathan Majors' Kang the Conqueror is going to have multiple appearances through multiple variants in the upcoming MCU projects throughout Phase 4 and Phase 5, which of course, that's kind of like no-brainer, but it's the fact that it's variants of Kang the Conqueror. So, like He Who Remains, that was a variant of Kang the Conqueror. So I wonder if maybe that Kang the Conqueror we see in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, if that actually is the real Kang the Conqueror, or if that is just a variant of that character. Because when He Who Remains was going over that kind of presentation to Loki and Sylvie, explaining the multiverse basically and how he discovered the multiverse, all those little variants of Kang the Conqueror looked like Kang the Conqueror. So I wouldn't at all be surprised if maybe they save the real big bad Kang the Conqueror for the next Avengers movie, Avengers 5, or possibly even for Secret Wars, because that's something that Michael Waldron was talking about the other day as well, with, of course, him being the writer on Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So now that that's out, he's been doing a lot of interviews, answering questions and all that stuff. And he was asked who's going to be the next big bad of the MCU, who's going to be the next Thanos. And he didn't obviously give us a straight up answer of, it's going to be Kang the Conqueror, but he did say it's going to be a threat even bigger than Thanos because it's going to be a multiversal villain, which Kang the Conqueror is, at least judging by what we've seen so far of that character in the MCU so far. Kang the Conqueror could be that next big bad, the next Thanos of the MCU, and could be our villain of Avengers 5 and 6 maybe. I'm thinking that maybe when we do get Secret Wars, which is pretty likely at this point, that Kang the Conqueror may be the villain of that. Obviously in the comics it was the Beyonder, but maybe instead of introducing the Beyonder, they might just use Kang the Conqueror to take on that role and create Battle World and do this crazy secret war in this insane multiversal battle. I think that'd be pretty cool. And to see that maybe we won't even see that real Kang the Conqueror until that Avengers movie is another interesting concept to think about, that all these other variants are just variants and they're not the Kang the Conqueror. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. What do you think about this news that Kang the Conqueror is going to be having a huge role in the MCU and could even be the next Thanos? What do you want to see from Jonathan Majors' character in the MCU, and what projects do you think he'll appear in next? So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.